welcome back to episode 6 of Yarn Talks with Lizzy Knits. Thanks for tuning back in. My name is Erin Gates. I am the designer behind Lizzy Knits and the owner of Three Birds Yarn Studio. Today I've got a few things to show you over here. I kind of picked some stuff off the shelves, and I have a design of mine I want to show you, new Pom Poms, a fun project, and some brand new yarn. Yay, new yarn! So exciting. So first up, I want to show you a shawl design of mine that I wrote almost 2 years ago. I'm trying to remember. I remember it was like I was working on it just when like COVID started. So it was 2 years ago. It was over 2 years ago. All right, 2-year anniversary of this Countryside Shawl pattern. And I've actually made 2 of these in the past. I originally wrote it with some Irish tweed that my mom had brought me back from Ireland. And then I revamped the pattern and I wrote it for Malabrigo Rios. So here I have a skein actually of the Rios. I also have this Rios in the shop. So the colorway I used was Medusa, and it is like this pretty like periwinkle base with, let's say, brown, gold, red, and navy speckles. This one is so fun. I was really excited to use it for the shawl because it really showed off in the lace elements. So I love a good speckled yarn. I don't know about you. So here's the shawl. Here it is. We've got, let's zoom in. Can you see that? I think. It is full of lace, and this is a very drapey knit. Like the stitches are loose. I purposely use like a little bit bigger needles than I normally do, just so it will lay nicely and cozy. It won't be stiff. And I have wet blocked this one, so all the lace stitches have opened up really nicely. So these are eyelet rows mixed with some stockinette, and if you see, there's like little ridges in bits like scattered throughout the stockinette portion. And so it's basically stripy. There you go. You can kind of see through. I'm trying to use the when the light catches it. So it's alternating sections of lace and stockinette all the way down to the bottom. And then I attach these nice little fun tassels. I love putting tassels on everything. I actually have a new shawl design I'm working on that I'm going to show you in the next episode, but I'm doing mini tassels all along the whole edge. So I'll come back to that. That's for next week. Because I'm currently finishing that one up this week. But yeah, so I did these 3 on each point of the triangle, made a little tassel, and I used, I don't have it with me, but I used the rectangular tassel maker from Clover. So it's like adjustable depending on how long you want your strands to be, but I highly recommend a tassel maker. Otherwise, you can use like a piece of cardboard and then like cut the strands at each end and tie your like anchoring thread around the center and then cut everything and make a tassel that way too. But either way works. Tassels are not super difficult to make. All right, actually I should probably do I'll do a video tutorial about tassels. That'd be a quick one, just a couple of minutes. They're not hard. All right, so this is it. Countryside Shawl. It's, let's see, very loose, drapey. See the lace. And this takes, so I showed you the Rios, and really you can use any worsted weight yarn that you want, and check gauge always, but like for shawls, if your gauge is not perfect, like I wouldn't sweat it. Like shawls can fluctuate in size. That's not like making a sweater, but that's why I like shawl making. Like it's very forgiving. If it's not perfect, it's fine. It's just a shawl. You're gonna wrap it around your neck and your shoulders, and If it's a hair bigger, if it's a hair smaller, like no big deal. Yes, here it takes Rios, Malabrigo Rios, and this takes 4 skeins. So on the website, I do have a couple pre-made kits of a little bag of yarn that comes with 4 skeins, and then I give you a little like discount if you buy like the bundle. I mean, you can always just buy 4 skeins off the shelf, but the bundles are kind of nice, like the pre-made pattern kits. So yeah, I really like this one. I had a lot of fun with this, and I usually wear it like a big scarf. This is how I wear my shawls. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I lost an AirPod. Oh, there it is. I do this all the time. All right, I gotta be more like aware of the things in my ears. Okay, where was I? So I wrap it like this, and then sometimes, because these ends get they can be a little long, you can even fold the long ends, tassels, and it's just a big bunchy wraparound scarf. Watch my ears here. But you can also wear it over your shoulders too, and it's super cozy. My daughter likes wearing this one as like a blanket. It's so cute on her. Oh, this is cute too. So shawls are so versatile, and you know what, I was gonna say April, but it's May now. It feels like April. It's like in the 40s today. I live in northern Illinois, but it looks like spring, but it does not feel like spring. So it snuck up on me that it's May already, because it really should be warmer. But I'm sure it'll catch up at some point. My point being, I love springtime weather for shawl wearing, because you still want to wear, like I want to wear short sleeves again and not be so bundled, but if you need a little something to bring with you in case you get chilly, or and shawls always just fit so great, like throw one in your purse, or I keep one in the car, because like I said, the kids are always using them, and they're like little mini blankets. So I'm a big fan. Last time, this is the Countryside Shawl, and the pattern, kits, all the Rios, it's all on threebirdsYarnstudio.com. So just head on to the website, you'll find everything you need. Ooh, it's so squishy. I love Rios. That's a fun one, and there's so many cool colors. And the other thing with this shawl, since the stitches are relatively simple and the texture is not like crazy, this shawl works great with solid colors, but also you can use a super variegated yarn and it won't lose the texture. I know some of my other knits, like my cable knit patterns and stuff, like don't really translate great into like a variegated yarn, but this one will be good for variegated. Okay, set that one aside. Next up on the agenda, sit back down. Okay, if you've been following my shop on Instagram this past week, so less than a week ago, I got a whole bunch of brand new Rasta colors. So Malabrigo Rasta, they just put out an ECLECTICA collection. Yeah, it's called ECLECTICA, and they had 16 new colorways. I was really excited. So I ordered it as soon as I could, and they were so sweet, and I got it within the week. So thank you, Malabrigo. Like, that was a huge bonus and fun to get up in the shop. So it's all up there. 16 colors. Well, I started with 16 colors, but over the weekend, you guys loved them so much. I now have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 colors. So we sold out of 5. It's okay. These are, and I'll order more as soon as they post more. But let me show you. So 11 colorways. This collection is, if you haven't seen it, there's a couple speckled, like slash very, it's a blend. There's a few solids, some speckled, and some variegated. So this, like, I don't even know which one was my favorite. I mean, I think I know what's my favorite, which one's my favorite, but then like I look at it and I pick a different favorite. So they're all pretty. Let me show you some of the solids first. This one is English Rose. It's this like magenta-y pink. It's really cool. And look at like the little, like, because Malabrigo is kind of like watercolor yarn. Like that's what they call it. So because it's hand painted, different parts of the yarn comes with like different saturations of the color. So you can tell this pretty magenta, like we've got some dark areas here, some light here, just how the dye got soaked up while it was processing. I love this one. Okay, English Rose. So another solid. This is the lime green version. This one's called Immortal. Boop. Okay, so this is lime green. This one's cool. I could not just, I kept a couple skeins for myself, but not a ton. I wanted more, like, you know, I can only knit so much, but I love lime green. This was one I did not, maybe I'll put one of these in my stash. I still have some. So this one's really cool. So it's kind of like a chartreusey, and there's a little bit of aqua and mostly just rich green tones. Okay, that one's Immortal. Actually, I'll put those down here. Okay, there's another green one. This one's called Draco. So this is a little, it's not as bright as that lime green one, but nothing's going to be brighter than that lime green one. So this one's more of a like muted tones of green and kind of like olive and some teal. This one is really fun. This is pretty. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, Draco. So here, okay, another solid. This one is Neptuno. This is more like rich plum. This skein's really cool because it has like coppery orangish tones, but then it fades into like this rich plum, like almost magenta. This is cool. It almost looks like it fades from one side of the skein to the other, the way it's wrapped. That one's fun. Okay. Ooh. You know, I'm gonna pick up every one of these and be like, ooh, this one's my favorite. This one's called Mard. I like this one too, because like it's really light in some areas, like almost orangey, but then it has like this bluish purple and burgundy. This one's really cool. So this is a variegated one. Oh my gosh, it almost looks like a little green, like, or dusty blue. Okay, cool. I'll get to the speckled ones last. Those are really fun, and they're like brand new. Like they don't have any other Rasta skeins that look anything like this. So those are really exciting. This one's Talisman. This is a new variegated. Whoa. See these little pops of gold here, mixed with like the really almost like midnight blue with a lot of purple. Oh, this one's fun. Oh, I just love that right there. This is pretty. And I should just like, I like this little light I have here because it's really making these shine and these colors pop. All right, so that was Talisman. Ooh, Ametista. This is like yellows and browns and purple and gold. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, Talisman. I have 4 more here. Mercurio. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I actually cast on a hat last night in this one. I did keep one of these for myself. I just thought it was such a pretty blend, and this one, it's variegated, but not like overly contrasting, so I am knitting like a textured beanie in this, so I thought it would still make like show off the stitches, but it's really like kind of like mellow colors here with a pop. There's some pops of really bright blue, but it's got like this little like brownish tan and gold. So this is a fun one. I kept this one for myself. And I am really loving how it works up. Okay, last three. See, speckles are so cool. There were more speckle ones, but I sold out of 2 colors. So we have 3 left. The first one is Yo-Yo. And this one there's a lot of colors in this one. So like baby blue, which is seriously my favorite, that they mix like these plums and burgundies with like a robin's egg blue. How fun is that? And then there's some deeper blue tones in here too. Check that out. That baby blue just like pops so much, and like the contrast is so cool. So this is a really fun one. Again, Yo-Yo. All right, 2 more, and these are kind of similar. I'll just show them side by side. This is Trompo and Candy Cane. Okay, they are close. This one's more blue and this one's more red. This one seems to have like a little more green in it. I think these are both amazing. So yeah, if you see like there's speckle tones in this one, maybe with like a little more like forest green, and there's a little yellow. But this one has more, instead of just like plain or simple yellow, this one's more of like a little gold tones. There's purple and navy and a little bit of green. I guess they both have that same shade of green. But so this is Trompo. Try to make sure these are in focus for you. Okay, and then this one again is Candy Cane. This is so cute. These are so fun. I was thinking like maybe in the fall, this would be cute in a pair of mittens. This would be so cute. Like just basic stitch, simple mittens, like no texture, just straight up stockinette, and really make those like little color speckles pop. Because the thing with these really speckled ones, they're very, very cool, but I would advise simple knits with it, because if you try to like cable knit with this, like I think it's gonna be too busy. So this would be so cool, and simple stitches, that's all you need. And like you wouldn't even need texture. If you can just make a simple beanie, and all this color will just like, you don't even need all the design. Like this color will just look amazing on its own and totally shine. So I want to give one of these speckled ones a shot too. But you know, the knits list just keeps on getting longer and longer. So on my list, but we'll see. But for now, I did keep 2 skeins, and I have a new hat that's coming next week. Did I mention that? No, I mentioned the shawl. So I got 2 new things coming next week. And well, actually I wrote that on my pen here. All right, shawl. So yeah, the new Rasta. Next, while I'm on the subject, I do have a new hat that's coming, but I'm not showing it to you. I do want to mention it though. So it's Monday today. It's going to get published on Friday. It's a single skein, super bulky beanie, and you can use Rasta. So Malabrigo Rasta, We Are Knitters, the wool, Wool in the Gang, Crazy Sexy Wool, or Ba Yarn Mammoth. So this pattern works for basically the main 4 super bulky yarns. Not the main, there's other ones too, but those are the ones that I carry in stock, and also they are comparable in gauge. So I wrote it and I suggested all 4 of those for, this keeps bouncing. Sorry. I stopped touching the table. So the new hat, it has twisted stitches, so left and right leaning twisted stitches. So that's how you get the texture, but I'm not going to show you the hat. Testers are working on it right now, and what I did for this test, and it's a little different than my other tests, is in my Ravelry testing group, I have it's a mystery test along. So I thought it would be really fun And I told the group, if you want to sign up, here's the stitches that you will need. But then here's just check to see in the final product your measurements are on, and you get the yardage. Like, it's a pretty straightforward test knit. So testers actually didn't know what the hat was going to look like. So I think it was really fun, and so far I've gotten like good feedback, and I think everyone liked the mystery idea. But the plan is none of us are going to reveal it until Friday. I'm going to post the pattern in the morning, and I didn't do any previews on Instagram or anything. So once I start seeing it, the pattern will already be live, and I'll just like market it a little bit next week, and I'll start showing all the hats that I made. I made like 6 of them. So, and then I made one in that new Rasta that I kept for myself. So stay tuned for that. But I'm not telling you anything else. In next week's episode, I'll show you the hat and I'll talk about it, and reveal the name. But I had a lot of fun with it. Side note about if you're watching this and you are a tester, or you've been following me, or if you want to know about upcoming test knits from me, I have more in the works right now. I've transitioned over to Ravelry for testing. I used to do everything on Instagram, but I'm just trying something different and maybe like simplify the process. So if you are interested in joining the group, on my Ravelry profile, there's under my groups, or you can search Lizzy Knits. It's a little pink icon that has the text Lizzy Knits in it. That's my new testing group, and you can just hit the join button. There's no request or anything. Just come join our group. There's a forum. So that's going to be all of my new pattern info. I'll post anytime I have something new, or I'll post any testing calls in there. And also there's a place for you guys to upload any of your projects that you've made for my patterns, and then we can see what everyone's working on, and I'd love to see your projects too. So if you're interested, that's all on Ravelry, and I just started the group like 2 weeks ago. So hoping I'm shifting my testing process, and so far, that's the table again. So far so good. Like this new hat, it's working out well with this group. So it's all on there if you want to join us. And that's about it on that. I can check that off. I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized here. All right, new hat coming next week. I'll show you that next week, and I'll show you the shawl I was working on. Actually, I think I showed you the shawl already. It's that Wool Dreamers. I had the forest green, mint green, and that like baby blue color. I actually finished it this week. I need to wet block it, so I might do that tonight, just lay it out. So I'm gonna finalize the pattern this week. I want to block it, get my final measurements, and then like I said, I'm gonna put teeny tiny little tassels all along one side. I think it's gonna be really cute. So another thing I can show you it'll actually be finished. I'll show you the final one next week. But yeah, and I've been trying to do more stuff on YouTube in addition to these little podcasts, which are so much fun. And seriously, thank you guys. Thank you if you've watched all the episodes up until now, like, thank you so much. That means a lot. That really means a lot to me. Like, I have a lot of fun with this, and I really do like showing what I'm currently up to, and I'm always working on something. So thank you for joining. I have been doing more like stitch tutorials, and in fact, on my list for next week, I'm going to start doing a beginning to knit series about how to make like a super bulky scarf. Seriously, I'm going to probably do 5 videos of like really start to finish, the cast on. Actually, the first video I want to do is of like the intro, just like selecting your needles and versus what type of yarn, sizing needles versus size yarn, go over the basics, cast on, then I'm going to do it's going to be a garter stitch scarf. So one stitch, the knit stitch. I think I'm walking myself through this right now. And then like, you know, if you need to change yarns, how do you join the yarns, and then cast off at the end. So I'm actually really excited about that because I'm eager to get into more of like teaching how to knit, and it would be a great tool for like, I get questions a lot like, oh, are people, I wish I knew how to knit. You're like, well, check out my video. So I think that would be a really great thing. So I'm trying to just offer more classes and individual stitch tutorials. Last week I did, so it's now live on the YouTube, on the YouTube channel, twisted stitches. I did left twist and right twist. So if you've ever, and this kind of helps out, my new beanie coming on Friday, it's all twisted stitches. So if you ever want to learn, I have 2 videos up there to walk you through twisted stitches. And I actually got a lot of questions about how to do the left twist. So there's a lot of different ways you can do twisted stitches. Sometimes though, like the left leaning twist ends up, the stitches end up being twisted, so it doesn't like correctly mirror. So if you are having that problem, please watch my left twist video. You have to slip the stitches first and then put them back so they are oriented, twisted, so that you want to twist them, so then when you knit them, they untwist and they're oriented correctly, so they will look nice and uniform with mirrored to the right stitch. So if you know what I'm talking about, I do cover this in the videos. So yeah, those are up there, little great resources for learning new stitches or brushing up on techniques you haven't used in a while. So that's new in the YouTube world, in addition to recording episode 6 right now. All right. So yeah, YouTube. So I want to touch it. Oh, you know what? I have 2 more things. This one's quick. New pom poms, and I'm currently working on getting new photos for all the pom pom listings, because it turns out I have a white, like, Formica table here. I use a drafting table. I got it from my when I used to work in the demolition business. I took I got a table from work, so it's actually for reading blueprints, but I like it for my workspace. And I'm working on new photos, flat lay, for all my pom pom listings. That white, I used to use a brown table in my living room, but the white really like makes these pom poms pop. So I'll be working on that throughout the week. So brand new poms. This one called Smoke. And they're gray and white. Gray, it's not like pure white, but they're like, it's like, so gray on the base. Then this really is like a really faint gray, like almost white. And then there's like black, opposite, black. I'm like doing this wrong. Black on the tips. So these were really fun to make, and they're just really like neutral. You know, we love neutral pom-poms because they go with everything. Ooh, this would be really cute, and just like a white hat. I don't make too many white hats. I don't know why. They're fun. So, Smoke. These are, I just listed this morning. So they're all on the website, 3birdsyarnstudio.com. And this made pom-pom bouquet. I remember, oh my gosh, someone on my Instagram, I saw somewhere, someone talked about, they made a pom-pom bouquet for their rehearsal dinner, or their like dress rehearsal for the wedding. Like, if I was in this business 10 years ago, I 100% would have made a faux fur pom bouquet. How fun is that? It was so cute. All right. I just thought that was such a fun idea. Like, I totally would have. How awesome is that? So yeah, Smoke. 6 pom-poms here. just make super pom. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. All right. Smoke poms, they're all up on the site and on Etsy. And actually I I just finished listing these, so I'll do it actually when I get off here. I'll do an Instagram post too. All right, one more thing. This is it for the day. Do you remember when I showed you that I bought all this crazy yarn and I was yarn bombing my tree in the backyard? Well, I finally finished it. Okay. So I got all these from Michaels. Yeah, all the yarns from Michaels, and it's all acrylic, and I just started double crocheting strips and I was stitching it around the tree. So I started this like probably 6 weeks ago when it was March and we actually had nice weather here. This is the weird thing about Illinois. It's like March is way better than April. It always is. So always around St. Patrick's Day, we get a surge of like sunshine and warmth and everyone gets really excited. And then it's gone. And then 6 weeks pass where it's freezing and raining. So that's where we've been at over here. It's, oh my God, it's just been so cold. But I was working on the yarn tree like little by little. I'd make a strip in the house, then I'd go bring like a tapestry needle out and I'd stitch it one branch at a time. But then it rained for like 4 weeks and it was freezing cold and like it was just so wet. So I was gonna do more branches, but I'm gonna call it quits because now now it's like all the leaves are coming in and stuff. So I liked doing the installation while I was, the branches were still bare and I could see what I was doing. But now like all the leaves are coming in and it looks beautiful with like these really bold pops of color coming through the branches. So it's done. Okay, spin my coat because I still need a coat. It's May, still wearing coats. Okay, I'm gonna take you outside and show you this tree and I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really cute. My neighbors love it. Thank God. I thought they were gonna hate it, but everyone really liked it, so I was happy. Okay, let's go outside. Okay, let's go for a little walk outside. Here is get a walking tour of. Here's my deck. Here's my house. Okay, and just got to the tree, so. Okay, here's my little yarn tree. Here it is. Oh my gosh, so fun, so colorful. Do a walk all around it. I'm sure my neighbors are looking at me like, why is she talking to herself? Just kidding. All right, so this is it. This is it, and and the tree's growing. Spring looks like it wants to come here. It just needs to warm up a little bit. Oh, we're gonna have flowers soon. I love it. This is like an ornamental plum. I think it's a plum. I'm still trying to figure it out. But we get all these, like, it's covered in like pale pink flowers. So I get really excited because it's so pretty. All right, so here's all the yarn installations that I did. And what I did was I just stitched just long skinny rectangles in double crochet. So all right, crochet your friends, double crochet. And please, I am very novice at crochet, but I love this stitch. But double crochet is nice and loopy and it stretches like a ton because that's what I wanted. I didn't want to damage the tree. I didn't want to have anything too tight, like in pulling and break branches. I did this as delicately as possible. I did a lot of fun like yarn color changes. So yes, double crochet, it's loopy, it's pretty, and then you get to see like the nice, like you still the color of the bark like through the little loops here. And I want to show you, see the brown thread here? This is how I seamed it all together. I just did like a whip stitch all the way down, and where the ends meet when I wrapped it around, I kept that at any protruding branches. So it closed at the base of any small branches coming out because I did not want to damage anything, and I wanted these still to be sticking out. So stitch, 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 and then it meets at the base of the branch, and then I just kind of like carried that brown yarn around and then keep stitching. So that way all these little baby branches that are coming out don't get damaged, and we just leave them alone. So it worked, and over here too. And these stitches are far from perfect, but it works. It works, and it doubles. Oops, my hands are in the way. But and I double stranded it too here. So that's it. And then like I did this branch first, and then this branch, and then when it met that one here, I just kind of stitched them together. So that's it. That was really fun, and I'm gonna call it done. I would have done like, you know, maybe that one in the center, but I'm gonna call it quits. I think I like it. It's awesome. You can like the road out there. You can definitely see it from the road. I love it. Like, yeah, that's my house. So cool. All right, yarn tree. And I want to see, this will not be my last yarn bomb, I'm sure. It was way too fun. It was so fun. I highly recommend it. Okay, I'm back in my porch. So I'm gonna say goodbye for today. Thank you so much for watching. Camera. Yes, thank you for watching episode 6. I will have more projects coming to you next week, but if you are interested in any of that yarn I showed you of the new collection of Rasta, it's all on the website, and as well as the Countryside Shawl pattern and all the Rios that goes with it. So remember, the Countryside Shawl takes 4 skeins of Rios, and then I also have those brand new smoke pom-poms. Okay, that's it. I hope you all have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.